After you call Yalla Ban Yashkar Ban Yashala.
Yahweh Hashem Yosha Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yashar Brakatah.
La Yasharala.
La Yasharala.
Everybody can nope. No. Scroll right.
Scroll right.
All right, with that, everybody imagine, which means to stand. We're going to solve upon off the dumb, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the last one for Dash. Abano.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Ratzayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanael. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalakna. Kabawatna. Kasalakna. Kabawathina. Wala'ah. Tabi'ayna. Badasaya. The ball. Hawashayanawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Wapara. Labalumium. Amen. And in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Next is the Hakah, the power in the last one for Dash. Yahweh.
Ba'asham. Yahushai.
Babakashah.
Nathanael. Hakah. La'apa'ah. Kalmakala. Wakalmadawa. Hakah. Latahar. Amatazarayim. Hakah. Lahakwim. Hamathium. Hakah. Arakawa. Atama'ala. Lagarashan. Ba'asham. Yahushai. The water. Amen. And in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power, the power to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it.
This is the blessed Israel in the last one for Dash. Yahweh.
Ba'asham. Yahushai. Brakanawa. Wayashala. Waha. Bayasaparian. Barak. Ba'asham. Yahushai. The water. Amen. And what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us, and Israel, and the school, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 121, and the last one for Dash. It's like, Ash.
Asha.
It's like Asha. Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah.
Azariah.
Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'arataza. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shalomar. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka,
Al Yad,
Al
Yad,
Yad,
Yum Yumka,
Yamyamka,
Yawma,
Yawama,
Hashamash,
Hashabash,
Layakaka,
Layakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Alayala,
Malayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makarai,
Makarai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaaka,
Tazaatka,
Wabawaka,
Wabawaka,
Maitha,
Mayatha,
Wa'id,
Wa'id,
Awulam.
I will in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the
I
hills,
will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from
My
Yahweh,
help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth
He
thee
that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasha'Allah
that keepeth
shall
Yasha'Allah
neither slumber nor
shall
sleep.
neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade
Yahweh is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time
From
forth
this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, the last one for Dash. Allahayim,
Alahayim,
Adamayalaka,
Adam
Adamayalaka,
Atakarash,
Athakarash,
Wata Shakwat,
Wa'ata Shakwat,
Al,
Al,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Hamaya 1,
Yahamiah 1,
Wamashana,
Wamashanaya,
Yaka,
Yaka,
Naash,
Naash,
It's like Naashwa,
Naashwa,
Nasha'awa,
oh, it's like Naashawa,
Nasha'awa,
Raash,
Ra'ash,
Amaka,
A'imaka,
Yama,
Yamwa,
Sawada,
Sawadah,
Wayatai Tazawa,
Wayatai Tazawa,
Altazabawanyaka,
Altazapawanyaka,
Amaru,
Amarwa,
Lakau,
Lakawa,
Wanakatyadam,
Winakathidum,
Magawi,
Magalia,
Yazakar,
Wala Yazakar,
Shamya Sha'al,
Shamya Sha'ala,
Awada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawa,
Nawai Tazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakhadwa,
Awyaka,
Alyaka,
Arya,
Baryath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahawi,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Weshmali,
Weshma'alim,
Mawab,
Mawa'aba,
Magar,
Hagarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Amalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palashath,
Halashath,
Amishabya,
Anyashabya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Alawa,
Nalawa,
Amam,
Imam,
Ayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labani Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamadya,
Kamadyan,
Kasiyah Sarah,
Kasiyah Sarah,
Kayabya,
Kayabyan,
Banakal,
Banakol,
Koyashwan,
Koyashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayandara,
Bayandara,
Ayawa,
Hayawa,
Dama,
Dama,
Ladama,
Ladama,
Saitamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Dayabawa,
Nadayamawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabah,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazamana,
Wakatazamanai,
Kanasai Kamwa,
Kalasai Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amaru,
Amarwa,
Narisha,
Nairashah,
Alawa,
Lanawa, Ah,
Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alaya,
Alahaya,
Shaitamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Roka,
Raucha,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabair,
Tabaira,
Yair,
Yaira,
Wakalaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Salahat,
Hariyam,
Hariyam,
Kantar Dafna,
Kanthara Dathma,
Basairika,
Basa Irika,
Basawapatka,
Wabasawa Pathka,
Tabalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Palawan,
Qualawan,
Webakwashwa,
Webaquashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Webahaw,
Webahalwa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wekaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya'ata,
Kaya'ata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Yawan,
Alcohol,
Alkaha,
Aratiza.
Arataza. Psalm chapter 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not
and
still,
be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For
For lo,
thy enemies make a
thy
tumult,
enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up their
have
head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty
They have
counsel
taken crafty
against thy people,
and
consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. With the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes as Abah, and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God into possession. Oh Yahweh, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth they wood, and as the flame set at the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. Oh Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Okay. Next, we have the blessings, prayer, and the last one for Dash. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka'al.
Wa Mayaka'al.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawab Yahana.
Ha'alawapim.
Hasaranyam.
Hakwazayanyam.
Hakayayayim.
Waha'akwati. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. The water. Aman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohanan. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. All right, play the horn one more time. Sit that down. All right, with that, Mashabia. Shalom, Israel. This is Isupk. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, in 1969. We're under Commanding General Yohanan, and we're here to teach the truth of the Bible that so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, other Israelites, according to the scriptures. It is the Sabbath service, which means that we're going to continue where we left off last week in the book of Exodus. And we're going to be reading today Exodus chapter 12 and verse 6 through Exodus chapter 13 and verse 3. It's a pretty long chapter, I guess. So you're going to start at Exodus chapter 12 and verse 6, and we're going to get right into it. This is, of course, Israel as the plague of Egypt that was the firstborn son has just taken place, or is in the process of taking place, and Israel is about to get out of Dodge because, well, it's time for them to get up out of there. So let's go ahead and get into that. Copy our stay with them so you can help them pronounce these characters, because we got to make sure to keep the pace. So go ahead.
Come on, Khan. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 6 in the Hebrew. Wahaya, Yaha, Salakim. Lakam, Lamasha Marath, Aid, Ara, Ba'ai, Aishar, Yawam, Lakho Dash Hazah Washa Ka Ha Salakia Washa Ka Tawa Athawa Call Kahal Slack Adath, Yashra'Allah, Bayan, Ha'ai Ra Bayam, Verse 7. Wala kawa man hadam wana tha nawa al il shataya hama za wa zath wa il hamasha kha wap al haba tha yum ashar ya'a ka lawa athawa bacham. Verse 8. Wa'a ka lawa ath haba shar bala ya la haza tazala la ya ash wama taza wath al mara rayum ya'akala hawa. Verse 9. Al it's like it al tha'akala lawa mama nawa na'a waba shaw maba shaw bama yum kaya am tazala ya ash ra'asha select ra'ashawa al kara I yawa wa al kwara bawa. Verse 10. Wala'a tha wa tha yaw select it tha wa tha ya rawa mama nawa Id bakwar wachana thar mama nawa Id bakor ba'ash thasha ra pawa. Verse 11. Waka cha tha'akala lawa athawa mathana ya kum kha ga ra yum na'ila ya kum bara ga la ya kum wama it's like it wama kwala kum bada bayada kum wa'akala thum athawa bacha pa za one Pesach Hawa la Yahweh. Verse 12. Wa bara thaya barataza matazarayim balaya la haza waha kaya thaya call baka war barataza matazarium dum wa'id bahama wabakal alahaya matazarium I sha shapa tayam anaya Yahweh. Verse 13. Wahaya hadam akam la'ath, al, habathayam.
Read through verse 19.
Come on, concert. Ashar, Atham, Sham, Wara, Yathaya, Ath, Hadam, Wapa, Sa, Chathaya, Ilakam, Wala'a, Yahweh. No, Slakia. Yahaya, Lakam, Nagab, Lama Shachayath, Bahaka Thaya, La Rataza, Matazarium. Verse 14. Wahaya, Haya, Wam, Haza, Lakam, Lataza, Salakia, Laza, Kara, Wan, Waka, Ga, Thumb, Athawa, Kag,
Kaga.
Kaga, La Yahawa, La Dara, Thayakam, Kath, look, Salakia,
Kakwa.
Kakwath, Iwalam, Thaga, Hawa. Verse 15. Shabbath, Yama, Yum, Matazai, Wath, Tha'akalayawa, Ach, Baya, Wam, Hara'a, Shawan, Thashabaya, Thawa, Ashar, Mabatha, Yakam, Kaya, Call, a call, Kamataza, Kamataza, Wanakara, Tha, Hanagash, Salaka, Hanapash, Hahawa, Mayashra Allah, Maya Wam, Hara'a, Salaka, Hara'a Shan, Id, Yawam, Hasha ba Aya. Verse 16. Waba ya wam hara'a shawan makwara kwadash waba ya wam hashaba ya aya makwara kwadash Yahaya, Lakam, call, Mala'a, Kha, La'a, Ya'ai, Shah, Baham, Ak, Ashar, Ya'a, call, Lakal, Napash, Hawa, Labadawa, Ya'ai, Shah, Lakam. Verse 17. Washa Mara Tham Ath Hama Taza Wath Kaya Ba'ai Tazam Chaya Wam Haza Hawa Taza Thaya Ath Tazaba Wa Thayakam Ma Arataza Matazarium Washamara Thum Ath Haya Wam Haza Lada Ra Thayakam Kwath I Wa Lum. Verse 18. Bara'a Shaw, Bara'ashan, Ba'ara Ba'ai, Aishar, Yawam, Lachadash, Ba'ai Rab, Tha'aka Lawa. It's like Matazath, Id, Yawam, Ha'a Khad, Wa'ai Sha Ram, so like Wa'ai Sha Rayam, Lachadash, Ba'ai Rab. Verse 19, Shabayath, Yamayam, Ashar, La'a, Yamataza'ah, Babatha, Yakam, Kaya, La Call, a call, Makama Tazath, Wanakaratha, Hana Pash, Hahawa, Ma'ai Dath, Yasra'ala, Bagar, it's like Bagar, Waba'a Zarach, Ha'arataza.
All right, let's go ahead and get that in English. Exodus chapter 12, verse 6. I'm reading through verse 19.
Come on, concert.
You know what I'm saying? We doing it. We bringing the Lord's will to life, because what we're reading right here is what you're going to be reading, or you're going to be hearing read at the Passover coming up April 12th, 13th? 12th, 13th. Basically that whole weekend.
Right.
And we live in it to this day. We're gonna find out what we just read, and it's heavy. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 6 in English. And ye shall keep up and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
Lamb, talking about the lamb. Go ahead.
Verse 7, and they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roasted with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Verse 9, eat not of it raw, nor sodden it at all with water, but roast it with fire.
Right. Cook it through all the way through. Go ahead.
His head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And verse 10, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
That's why they associated a lamb with multiple houses that had smaller families, because they're supposed to try to eat it all, and whatever is left over, burn the rest of it.
Right.
Don't leave it for the Egyptians to get any scraps. This is for Israel.
That's
for
right.
the Most High's children. It's not for the others.
Right.
It's just like make it all the way through. Go ahead.
Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand.
You understand what I'm saying? Because this is an escape meal. This is a meal that's designed to give you the energy that you need for the journey ahead. You understand? It's not about being gluttonous. It's about getting what you need and getting up and going. That's why the unleavened bread was unleavened.
Right.
It was quickly made.
You didn't a taco. Let's go.
Right, but the lamb was all the way prepared. You feel me? Go ahead.
Right.
Oh yeah, the taco. It's gonna happen. We're gonna see that at the Passover.
Right.
Go ahead.
And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are, where ye are. And when I shall see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
Now, let me just say this real quick. when the Bible says to do something, you do it.
Right.
When the Most High gives the oracle out for you to read it, you're supposed to follow the Bible and follow it to the T. And have faith that the words that are read in here are going to protect you, because you following God's orders is you earning God's protection. It ain't every day you see someone put blood on their door. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High had. And that was the symbol. Said, if you go and you show me your end of the deal, that you're willing to go through this and do exactly as I said, I'll do exactly as I said I'm going to do and pass over your house. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever. Go ahead.
Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
That's a tricky thing, because that week you got to be real tactical about what food you eat. You know what I'm saying? No fried foods, nothing that's got the leaven in it. You're going to be eating corn tortillas is good, right?
Right.
Corn tortillas, boy, get it in. Just got to switch it up. Follow the law. Stay locked in. Don't be like one of them cats that's, you know what I'm saying, cut off from the Israelites. That's part of why we got to come together, because we help each other stay disciplined during these ordinances, during these celebrations. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Verse 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Forever, man. That's going to be in the kingdom of heaven too. We're still going to be recognizing the exodus from Egypt.
Right.
So you better get used to doing that now, because it's an ordinance by the Most High. It's going to be done forever.
Forever.
Forever. Keep going.
Verse 18. And in the first month of the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. Verse 19.
Which is literally 7 days straight. Seven sundown straight. So during that time, corn tortillas, boy, like unleavened bread, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from, there's a lot of food, a lot of cereals that have that yeast and that leaven in it. Just ask your camp leader, they'll get the list for you.
Right.
A list. We're going to be sharing it all throughout Facebook of what foods to eat during that time, so that we can keep God's laws. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
That's a good scripture right there for when people try to bring up strangers, because we know that it is talking about Israelites, somebody that is born in the land or born out of the land that is an Israelite. Now we're going to continue here. We're going back to the Hebrew, Exodus chapter 12 and verse 20. We're going to read 21 verses in this chunk. Try to get through a lot of this chapter here, because it's a pretty long chapter. It's like 50 verses. So we're going to continue here. Go ahead.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus chapter 12, verse 20 in the Hebrew. Call Makama Tazath La'a Tha'aka Lawa Bakal Mawasha Ba Thayakam Slakia Mawasha Bathyakam Tha'aka Lawa Mataza Wath. Verse 21. Waya Kwa Ra Masha Lakal Za Salaka Kwa Naya Yashra Allah wa ya Amar Allah Kham Masha Kawa wa Kwa Kawa Lakam Taza'a Taza'an
Lama Shah Pachath Yakam.
Lamasha Pa
Kath.
Kath Yakam Washa Kha
Tawa.
Tawa Ha Hapa Sach. Verse 22. Wala Kwa Kha Thum Agada Agadath Aza Wab Wata La Thumb Badum Ashar Basap Wacha Ga I Wacha Gaya Thumb Al Hama Shah Kwawap Wa'al Shathaya Hama Za Wazath Man Hadam Ashar Basap Wa'a Thumb La'a Taza Awa Ayash Mapa Thach Baya Thawa Id Bakar. Verse 23. Wa'ai Dar Yahweh Wa'abar Yahweh Lana Gap Ath Matazarium Wa'ra'a Ath Hadam Al Hama Sha Kwa Wap Wa'al Shathaya Hama Za Wa Zath Wapa Sach Yahweh Al Hapa Thach Wala'a Yathan Hama Sha Chayath Salaba Al Bach Batha Yakam Lana Gap. Verse 24. Washa Ma Ra Thum Ath Hada Bar Hazah Lachakwa Lach Wala Bada Wala Banayak Id Iwa Lam. Verse 25. Wahaya Kaya Thaba Awa Al Harataza Ashar Yathan Yahweh Lacham Ka'ashar Badar Washamaраtham. Did I say that right, sir? Washamartham. Ath Ha'ai Bada Haza Ath. Verse 26. Wahaya Kaya Wayamar. It's like it. Wayamarwa. Wa Ya Amarwa. Alayakam. Banaya. It's like Banayakam. Ma ha'ai bada haza'ath lakam. Verse 27. Wa'ama ra thum zabah zabach. It's like a zabach. Pasach. Hawa la Yahweh. Ashar. Pasach. Al. Bathaya. Banaya. Yashra'ala. Bamatazarium. Banaga Pawa. Ath. Matazarium. Wa'ath. Bathayanawa. Ha-taza Yal. Waya Quad. Ha'aim. Wayasha Thachawa. It's like it.
Yeah.
Wayasha Thachawa.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 28. Wayala Kawa. Waya I Shawa. Banaya. Yasra'ala. Ka'ashar. Tazawa. Yahweh. Ath. Masha. Aran. Khan. Aishawa. Verse 29. Wayah Haya. Bacha Tazaya. Halaya La. La. It's like Wayahawa. Haka. Call. Bakawar. Wach. It's like a Bakawar. Barataza. Matazarium. It's like Mabakar. Parai. Hayash. It's like Hayashp. Hayashab. Al. Kasa Awa. Aid. Baka. War. Hasha. Baya. Ashar. Babayath. Haba. War. Wakal. Baka. War. Bahama. It's like Bahama. Verse 30.
You're going to read through verse 40.
Come on, concert. Waya Quam Parai La Ya La Hawa Wakal Abba say Ibadayawa Wakal Matazarium Wata Haya Tazai Kwa Gada La Matazarium Kaya Ayawa. It's like Ayan Bayath Ashar Ayan Sham Math. Verse 31. Waya Quara Lamasha Wa Aran La Ya La Wayamar Kwawa Mawa Taza Awa Matha Wak Amaya Gam Atham Gam Banaya Yasra'ala Wala Kawa Badwa Ath Yahweh Kabada Rakam. Verse 32. Gum Taza'ana Kum Gum Bakwara Kum Kwa Slakia Kwa Kaashar Bada rat, so like Vadaratham, Wala Kawa, Wabara, so like Wabara Katham, Gam, Athaya. Verse 33. Watha Kha Zakwa, Marataza, Al, Ha'im, Lama Ra, Slaka, Lama Har, Lashala Kham, Man, Ha'arataza, Kaya, Marawa, Kala Nawa, Mathayam. Verse 34. Wayasha Ha'im Ath Bataza Kawa Tharam Wakha Mataza. Masha Aratham Tazara Rath Bashama La Thum Al Shakamam. Verse 35. Wabanya Yashra'ala Ashawa Kadabar Masha Wayasha Alawa Ratazarium Kalaya Kasap Wakalaya Zahab Washama-lath. Verse 36. Wa Yahweh Nathan Ath Khan. It's like Ha'im Ba'ai Naya Marataza Ba'ayanya Montazarium Wayasha Layam. It's like it. Wayana Taza Lawa Ath Montazarium. Verse 37. Wayasa Iwa Banya Yasra'ala Mara'ai Mara'ai Masas Sakatha Kasha. I was like Kasha Ma'a Wath Alap Raga Laya Hagabara Yum Labad Matap. Verse 38. Wagam I Rob I La I Thumb Wataza One Waba Kor Makwana Kwabad Ma'ad. Verse 39. Waya Gawa Ath Habatazak Ashar Hawa Tazaya Awa Matazarium Agath is I slack it. Agath Matazawath Kaya La'a Mataza Kaya Gabra Shawa Matazarium wala ya salaki yakala yawa laha thama hama wagam tazada la'a ashawa lacham. Verse 40. Wama washab banaya Yashra Allah Ashar Yashra Dawa Ma Matazarium Shala Shayam Shalashyam Salakia, that's 30, yeah, Shalashyam Shana Wa'a Bai Ma'a Wath Shana.
Excellent. Now we're going to read that in English. You're going to start at, what was it, verse 20? I think it was verse 20.
Come on, closer.
19 or 20. Yeah, go ahead and verse 20.
Verse 20.
Come
on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 20. You shall not eat leavened in all your habitations. Shall ye eat? Ye shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations. Salakia. Oh, man, my eyes. Yeah. Ye shall not, verse 20. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Tripping over my words here. Salakia. Verse 21. Then Moses called all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. Verse 22. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. Verse 23. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyers to come in unto your houses and smite you.
Destroyer, Shakaf. That is an angel. The Most High has control over destruction. The Most High has control over rejuvenation in life. The Lord is in control of everything.
Right.
And once you understand that, you understand what your role is supposed to be in this place, that it's not so much about what our enemy does to us, but rather what we're not doing that allows the Most High to see favor in us to protect us, which is an even deeper idea when you get into the grimy and gritty of it. Israel has to obey the Lord. It just so happens that you don't know that you're Israel because you walk around thinking you're Hispanic or black or, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Caribbean, all these different cultures that have nothing to do with us. It draws us away from really locking in to what this is saying, how important it is for us to rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord so that we can be prevented from the destroyer when he comes again and can pass over us in the midst of the destruction again when it happens here, because it will happen here. The Lord's going to send it. Go ahead.
Verse 24, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever.
That's not an option. That's for all of Israel for the rest of eternity. An ordinance forever means it doesn't get put away with. And that's why we don't go searching for Easter eggs during this time of year. We don't do none of that stuff.
Right.
We're actually reading the Bible and following the Bible. That's what we do in the Isupk. We're not like these religions out there that have man-made traditions that superimpose more importance than what this is saying, because they're not following the Most High. But we will. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land with which the Lord will give you, according to as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. Verse 26. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service?
Yeah, because you'll have children that are coming up and be like, what are all these people gathered around for? Why we all, slaughter, doing the lamb slaughter and the all the festivities and things that we do that gather us together for a whole weekend, opening feast days, you know what I'm saying? Sabbath readings, the ceremonies and all that stuff. What is it all for? Read on.
Verse 27, that ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed the head and worshipped. Verse 28, and the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they.
So they did what was told. Go ahead.
Verse 29, and it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And verse 30, and Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, that there was a great cry in Egypt.
Good night.
For there was not a house where there was not one dead.
Meaning there was a lot of sons that died that night. Even the animals. A lot of death took place that day in a nationwide scale, in a great kingdom that was the most powerful kingdom on earth at the time. You don't think the Most High won't do that here? That's why we tell you when we read in Revelation chapter 18, it says, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues.
Right.
You understand? Because you don't want to be a part of that. You got to stay locked in right now so that you have the right mindset for when that time comes again. That's why we rehearse the righteous acts right now. That's why we stay so diligent in following through and maintaining that ordinance throughout our generations. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night. It's like, if I could get some water, quickly, Sean.
Chuck that, you need it. Ain't much left. Enough.
And he called for Moses and Aaron by night.
Verse
31. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get ye forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as he have said.
Yeah, Pharaoh finally gave in after he lost one of his sons. See how everybody started dying all throughout Egypt to the point where I got one right here. That cry that went throughout Egypt was the final straw that finally broke the stronghold of the Pharaoh. Now he said, go ahead and let him go. Call him up right now. Let him tell him, go, get. Well, that was short-lived because he's about to.
Right.
You'll see.
Yeah. Verse 32. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. Verse 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we be all dead men.
They knew that this was something that was beyond the norm, almost like a miracle, because it wasn't something that was so specific, so precise. Firstborn of every household. You know what that does to demoralize. Imagine that happening with one family. We see funerals every weekend at the, where we're close to, right?
Right.
How many times a firstborn son gets shot in the streets? Whole family mourning over that loss. Now imagine an entire civilization where they all lost their firstborn sons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which damn it, in many cases, these families, their seed gets cut off forever because they can't get another son. Their parents might have been past the age of fertilization.
Right.
Or that son might have been the only child they had. And so to do that across the whole board, you have to understand what a specific and precise judgment that was. That it was like, okay, I've seen enough. We done seen all these other plagues, but this one hits home like never before. Like they send them off. Go ahead.
Verse 33. And the Egyptians were, Salakia, verse 34. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading throws being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders.
Kneading throws is like the pottery they used to grind it all out. You know what I'm saying? Knead the dough and all that.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians.
Go ahead, read it.
Of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. Verse 36. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians.
They spoiled the Egyptians, meaning they basically hit them for a lick with
Right.
how much they took from them, and it was given to them. So it was a very manipulative situation. They ended up coming up from that. Then they go and leave and read on what happens next.
Verse 37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children.
Damn. Go ahead.
Verse 38. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. Verse 39. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Verse 40. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt were 430 years.
Sojourning.
Verse 41.
The sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. You understand? That's talking about the amount of time that they spent there in the land. Go ahead.
Verse 41. And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. Verse 42. And it is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. It is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like we were supposed to read that in Hebrew. Let's go ahead and finish the chapter in the Hebrew, and then 3 verses of the next chapter to finish off the section. Again, the judgment that's taking place right now on the Egyptians was for the Israelites. So you have to understand that as the world starts to turn more into turmoil, it's going to be more and more evident as time progresses as to who the Lord is with, because we'll continue to earn his favor by being righteous so that we can be protected as turmoil continues to erupt globally. Because now we're talking about kingdoms. We're talking about the entire planet being completely subverted to the power of Esau right now. But that, as the scripture says, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, the one that followeth. Go ahead.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 41 in the Hebrew. Waya haya.
Help him out, copy up. Oh, shot.
Ma quataza. Shala shayam. Shana. Wa'ara bai. Ma'a Wath, Shana, Wayahaya, Ba'ai, Tazam, it's like Hayawam, Hazah, Yataza, Awa, Call, Tazaba, Wath, Yahweh, Ma'arataza, Matazarium, Matazarium. Verse 42. La Yal. Salaki, what was it? La Yala. Salaki. La Yala. Shama Ra Yum. Hawa. La Yahweh. Laha wa taza ya rataza tazarium hawa hala ya la haza la Yahweh shamara yum lakal banya yashra Allah la da ra thumb wa ya amar Yahweh, also Slakia, verse 43. Wa ya amar Yahweh al masha wa haran za'ath chwath ha pasach call ban nakar la'a ya'a call ban. Verse 44. Wa call ibad ayash ma kwanath kasap wa ma la tha athawa az ya'akal bawa. Verse 45. Thawa shab washa ka yar la'a ya'akal bawa. Verse 46. Baba yath akad call la'a thaya taza ya'a man haba yath man habashar wa taza wa taza wa tazam la'a tha sha ba rawa bawa. Verse 47. Call idath yashra Allah ya shawa athawa. Verse 48. Wa kaya ya ga war Salakia athak gar wa sha pasach La Yahweh. Hama, so like Hama wall. La wa, call. Zakar. Wa az. Ya kwa rab. La Aisha thawa. Wa Chaya. Ka'a za rach. Ma rataza. Ha'arataza. Wa call. I raw. La'a. Ya'a call. Bawa. Verse 49. Thawa ra. Achath. Yahaya. La'a zarach. Wala gar. Hagar. Batha ya. So like Batha wa come. Verse 50. Wa ya I shawa. Call. Banya. Yashra'ala. Ka'ashar. Tazawa. Yahweh. Ath. Masha. Wa'ath. Aran. Khan. Ashawa. Verse 51. Wa Yahaya. Ba'ai Tazam. Haya Wam. Haza. Hawa Taza Ya. Yahweh. Ath. Banya. Yashra'ala. Ma'arataza. Ma Tazarayam. Al. Tazaba Thumb. Exodus 13, verse 1.
Just the first three.
Come on, concert. Wa ya Dabar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La Amar. Verse 2. Quadash, La Ya, Call, Ba Ka War, Patar, Call, Rakam, Baba Naya, Yashra'ala, Ba'a Ra, Ram. It's like Ba'adam, Waba Bahama, Laya, Hawa. Verse 3. Wa Yamar, Masha, Al, Ha'im, Zakawar, Ath, Chaya Wam, Hazah, Ashar, Yataza Itham, Matazarium, Madayath, Ibadayam, Kaya, Bacha, Zach, Yad, Hawa Taza Yahweh, Athakam, Mazah, Wala, Ya'ah Kal, Mataza.
All right, let's get that in English. Again, we was in, I believe we read verse 40 in the previous chapter. So Exodus chapter 12, verse 41 through and then to the beginning of the next chapter.
Colonel Collins, sir. This book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 41 in English. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. Verse 42. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. Verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover, Salakia, there shall no stranger eat thereof. Verse 44, but every man's servant that is brought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. Verse 45, a foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. Verse 46, in one in one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house.
It's very specific as to who's allowed to take part in the Passover.
Right.
Where it even says, there shall no stranger eat thereof. This is talking about somebody, and it even goes into specific, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then he shall eat. So when it's talking about a man's servant, that's most likely talking about someone that's not an Israelite. They can only eat if they're a servant to us that has been circumcised.
Right.
You understand? Now, what else does it say? Read verse 45 again.
Verse 45, a foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof.
A foreigner, which lets you know there's some separation going on in this culture. So we can't be surprised that even though this is something that is to be done forever throughout our generations, that there's exclusivity in our practices. People call us separatists and racists. This is according to the Bible.
Right.
We're not trying. It's not even about us trying to offend anybody. We're trying to obey the Lord. And people criticize us for doing that the right way, the way it says. You're so quick to give them all the credit to people that live in the land and think that they're Jews when they say blatant things against other nations and make exclusivity. But when we claim to be the real Israelites, show you the archaeology, show you the history, the scriptures, all of that, and then we start doing what Israel's supposed to do because our faith is that strong where we will follow through and live it, you can't deny it no more.
Right.
The world can't deny it, and the world's going to see us serving the Lord and continuing to come correct. Go ahead.
Verse 46, in one house shall it be eaten, that thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. Mm-hmm. Verse 47, all the congregation of Israel shall keep it. Verse 48, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
There's levels to that, right? There's prerequisites required. Go ahead.
Verse 49, one law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you.
Mm-hmm. And this is referring to that mixed multitude that came out of Egypt with Israel, because there were servants, because there were people that were hired, indentured servants,
right?
People that were foreigners. So this is also something that, because this goes on forever, this will also be implemented in the kingdom of heaven as well, meaning that Israel will be in rulership, and that there will be people that are subservient, but they're going to have to be circumcised to even be anywhere near our congregation during this type of event. You understand what I'm saying? There's exclusivity, and then the only exception is you have to follow things our way. Go ahead.
Verse 50, thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Verse 51, and it came to pass that self same day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
Notice that it's calls Israel an army, and that's not a coincidence. I'm saying, because we are a people of warlike stature just naturally. It's not just, people were leaving and were in ragged clothes. No, these were people that were just, we were living off of bread and beer and still would get swole.
Right.
Just like how Judah and Isupk today, they could live off of ramen noodles and grilled chicken and get swole just because of the genetics. Armies of Israelites, men that walk in high stature, men that are that'll take ground. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Forget about it. Read on.
Quran. Chapter 13, verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, verse 2, sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine. Verse 3, and Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye come out of, in which ye come out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Real quick, I just need to get that because that word bondage right there, abad, which means servant, matazarium represents the same thing. Mizraim, it means bondage. And so that's why spiritually America is like our Egypt. Remember Deuteronomy 28:68, and thou shalt come to Egypt again with ships. That's the same thing as saying bondage again with ships.
Right.
Because servitude and slavery is one and the same. The word matazarium was a name that actually means that. It means bondage. It's a place of high servitude. Go ahead.
For by strength of hand the Lord brought ye out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten.
There shall what?
No leavened bread be eaten.
So remember that when the time comes where we have that. And then from here on, we're going to start going over more of our customs and the chapters to come. So with that, Amadim, which means to stand. Sar, Pankakwadam, which means to face towards the east. And we're going to finish off with the Lord's Prayer and the last one. Oh, there's one? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I need some wine. Up the shot.
My bad.
La Yashrala.
La Yashrala.
Got it.
All right. And again, turn and face towards the east. We're going to finish with the Lord's Prayer and the last one for Gosh. Go ahead.
Abanau,
Shabbat
Shema,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Mulatuka,
Taba,
Ratazaka,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Ratiza,
Kabah,
Bashma,
Hayah.
Yeah,
Hayah.
Hayah,
Bashma.
Yeah, Bashma,
Bashman,
Latanana,
Latanana,
Lakam.
Ka,
Yawam,
Wasalakna,
Wasalakna.
Wawathna,
Kabawatna.
Kasalakna,
Kasalakna.
Kabawathina,
Kawathina.
Walala,
Wala.
Tabi'ayna,
Tabi'ayna.
Manasawan,
Manasaiwan.
Abal,
Abal.
Hashana,
Hawashayna.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Ra,
Ra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka.
Nalagwa,
Amalakwa.
Wahala,
Wala.
Watapara,
Watapara.
love you.
I love you. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father.
Our Father,
Which art in heaven.
which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Thy kingdom
thy
come.
kingdom come,
Thy will be
thy
done.
will be done
In earth.
in earth
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily
our
bread.
daily bread,
And forgive us our
and
debts.
forgive us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom,
And the power.
and the power,
And the glory.
and the glory,
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Go ahead and set that down. Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Ya Bashim Yahshua Brakia.
Yahweh Bashim Yosef Brakya.
All right, and as we conclude the Isupk Sabbath service, we're going to leave off with sending the brothers one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amad Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah, Yadi Matah. Sorry, we're going to turn and face the sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amad Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Yadi Matah. Dismiss.